Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Upkick MMA episode 308. I am Brendan. All right, UFC Fight Night. Cory Sandhagen taking on Rob Font. All right, this is going to break down each fight on this main card round by round. If you're looking for a specific fight breakdown, the timestamps are down below. Before we get started, if you do like this kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel. That way you know when the next video is coming out. I put out 2 or 3 videos every single week breaking down stuff. If you're looking for ONE FC, I did that this week. I did the PFL. I even covered the boxing match between Paul and Diaz. Let's go into the main fight, shall we? All right, Cory Sandhagen taking on Rob Font. Now, Rob Font stepped up on relatively short notice here to take the place of Umar Nurmagomedov, I believe. So it's interesting what happened here. Okay, it wasn't the fight was not interesting. What was interesting is like how the fight played out. So Sandhagen with the takedown right away. Font attempted a guillotine. Font right back up using the Camur, and then Sandhagen gets another takedown. They get back up with minute 20 left. Font catches a body kick and gets a takedown of his own. He didn't do much damage with it. And there was not a lot of damage in this round either way. It was mostly just control time for Sandhagen. You look at the control time here, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. He did land 27 total strikes and 8 significant strikes. You're looking, the striking numbers were not off the charts here, right? 8-5 in this first round in favor of Sandhagen. And some of these rounds were complete shutouts. You can give him 10-8s. I didn't. We'll talk about when we get to him. So second round here. So obviously 10-9 for Sandhagen that first round. Font is pressuring forward, getting Sandhagen gets a tech down again. Sandhagen riding on top in half guard. Total control for him the whole time. Look at that, 4 minutes and 41 seconds of control time. Not a ton of strikes, 7-0 for Rob Font. Rob Font landed 0 significant strikes in that round. He landed a total of 4 strikes that round. Not a lot of activity from him. Third round here, Sandhagen with the takedown again. Font trying to sweep with the butterfly, but Sandhagen just controlling him and then riding the hips. They get back up with 35 seconds left. Just a dominant grappling performance by Sandhagen so far. Obviously 30-27. 3 minutes and 43 seconds of control time here in this third round. Easy way to score this. None of these rounds are hard to score. It's one-way traffic the entire way. Font is chasing him down, trying to throw big right hands, knowing that he's down, but he just isn't able to do anything. Sandhagen just gets a beautiful takedown with 20 seconds into the round. 4 minutes and 41 seconds of control time for Sandhagen here in the fourth round. In the fifth round, more of the same. Sandhagen actually went for a Darce choke, couldn't get it. He got the takedown, and he was just holding him down there. 3 minutes and 50 seconds of control time for him in this round. Obviously, there's 45 seconds of control time for Font, but it really wasn't anything. Significant strikes total. Unreal number. 34-9 over a 25-minute fight. That's incredible. Total strikes 132-25 in favor of Sandhagen. And then after the fight, he said, "Hey, I know it wasn't the most exciting, and I know I want to put on a fun fight, but he said, I was been dealing with some elbow pain and some weird stuff, and he thinks he tore his tricep in that first round." Now, does that, console the boring fight for the fans and their harsh feelings? No, but he's like, let the booze fly. I understand that wasn't the most exciting. He did what he had to do. It was, he didn't train for Font for, 3 months or whatever. He trained for Umar. He trained for like anti-wrestling and stuff, and he just got really good at it and found the path of least resistance. So absolutely, he took it. Was it the most fun to watch? Absolutely not. Was there active grappling? A little bit, but to be honest, he wasn't even laying and praying. He was just controlling him on the ground, and Font, he would try to sweep, and Sandhagen would just stay on top. It was a lot of just plain control time. He wasn't squeezing tight and holding flat and praying that he doesn't move. He was floating his hips over. He was doing a good job riding over on top. I mean, there were some high-level grappling exchanges on the ground going on. It's just not fun to watch. This was not just a big fat guy laying on another guy and just holding him down and squeezing super tight, just not moving. That was not that, right? He could obviously strike if he needed to, and he was doing plenty of good stuff everywhere. It's just he found a really easy way to win, and that was getting the takedown. So as far as we look at this division here, we got Aljamain Sterling, you got Merab Dvalishvili, the uncrowned champ, in my opinion. You got Sean O'Malley taking on Sterling, I think, in September. So that'll be interesting. You got Henry Cejudo, who I don't know if he's ever going to fight anybody ever again. He was supposed to fight Marlon Vera. Cory Sandhagen was ranked number 4 before this weekend. I see him he could probably change places with Henry Cejudo, being a swap for 3 and 4. That would make sense to me. Umar Nurmagomedov's all the way down here at 11. Rob Font was ranked above him. Rob Font was ranked 7. Okay, so he took a higher ranked guy on short notice. It's not like he took some nobody. And then also, it's neither here nor there. He won. He got a win in the top 10 on short notice. He did exactly what he needed to do, and now he's waiting on whoever wins between O'Malley and Sterling. And then maybe not. Maybe Sterling goes up a weight class regardless of winning, and then he takes on Merab for the championship. I would be down for that. Like I said, I think Merab is the uncrowned champ. We all know, or if you don't know, Merab will not fight Sterling. They are more than teammates. They're basically family. Oh, not the most interesting fight. Jessica Andrade taking on Tatiana Suarez. This fight was interesting. Not again, a lot of grappling here, but interesting. Andrade was taking the center, and they were trading low kicks. Suarez circling the outside. Suarez gets an ankle pick and a beautiful transition. She didn't even get like this deep ankle pick. She just barely had the ankle, transitions her hips over the side to get on top and get side control. Fantastic. What a great takedown. Suarez used the front headlock and landing knees to the body. Suarez landing knees to the body in the clinch and stabbing front kick at range. Andrade's trying to walk her down and throw loopy hooks, but this first round was a Suarez round. Easy peasy, 10-9. Second round here, Suarez gets a takedown again. Andrade gets up, and then Suarez using the headlock to suplex her, goes for the guillotine and gets a finish. Andrade, I haven't seen her controlled by a straw weight like that ever. Right, Andrade is very strong, and I've never seen her controlled that easily. I've seen her outstruck. I've seen her knocked out, obviously, but I've never seen her get ragdolled like that. Now, that doesn't mean that Jean couldn't do it, but I don't know. Dude, Tatiana Suarez is really fucking good. Like, really, really good. How is Aleksa Grasso the pound-for-pound top? Ugh. I'd put Zhang above her. Weird. Tatiana Suarez before this weekend was ranked number 10, and yeah, Jessica Andrade at 5. So Tatiana Suarez should be jumping up here. Her next fight after Shannon takes on Wiley, I think, we're seeing her fighting for a title. Maybe she takes on Rose beforehand, but I would rather her fight for the title first and get her in there, and then have her have those fresh matchups as the champion, right? Because it makes it easy. It makes it more interesting. We've already seen Rose versus Wiley. And then the thing is, if she loses to Zhang, we can see her fight Esparza again. We've already seen that. We can see her fight Rose. We could see her fight Shannon. Man, she's really good, and she has the skills to beat a lot of women in this division. Her grappling, her wrestling is insane. It's just really, really good. High-level stuff. Fantastic win. I'm very happy for her. She had that long layoff because of the neck injury. It was disappointing because I feel like she could be the champion right now. And she obviously hasn't been sitting on her ass for the past 2.5, 3 years. Right? She came back, had that fight at bantamweight, right? No, flyweight. She fought at flyweight, not bantamweight. Great performance by her. I'm super excited for her. I want to see what she does in the future. I could easily see her being the champ. Alrighty then. Dustin Jacoby taking on Kennedy Nzechukwu. Before this fight, Kennedy, he starts really slow normally, and you expect him to start slow, get tagged a little bit, the other guy gets tired, and then Kennedy just puts it on him. That's kind of what we've seen, so that's what I was expecting. But that's not what we got here. Kennedy was in his face right away, Jacoby using the jab and the low kicks, and then Jacoby landed a counter right hand that put Kennedy down. I thought it was an early stoppage, so Jacoby jumps on top of him and lands a few ground and pound shots. Early stoppage, not a bad stoppage, okay? I've made this claim before, right? You can have an early stoppage that's not horrible, right? It's just it errs on the early side. Just like you can have a late stoppage that's not horrible. And there's not much to break down score-wise. Oh, I didn't look at the scorecards from Sandhagen. 10-9 across the board. Yeah, this Dustin Jacoby fight was over fast, man. What was it? Minute 22. Minute 22 in the first round. Woof. Jacoby looking good. We'll see what happens. I think Nzechukwu was ranked. Jacoby might have been ranked 15. It's hard to remember. It's not like I have the internet and I can look it up. Light heavyweight. Dustin Jacoby was ranked number 15. Nzechukwu was looking to bust into the rankings. It just sets him back. I think he'll come back. He's got the physical tools to be a challenge for a lot of people in that division. Very, very tall. All righty. Diego Lopes versus Gavin Tucker. All right. Diego Lopes, Tucker started the fight with a kick to the nuts. You look at the total strikes here, 0-0. 0 total strikes, 0 significant strikes. Lopes locked up a triangle and used it to invert and get the finish. He got the submission. Interesting that they got a glitch here. Look at this, the way they have this coded. So Diego Lopes landed 0 of 4, and he landed 33% of the head, 33% of the body, and 33% of the legs. Okay. That was his total strike, 0 of 4. And then Gavin Tucker landed 0 of 6, and he landed 0% everywhere. So clearly, the way they have this coded is not made for when a fighter doesn't land anything. So Diego Lopes lands a kick to the nuts and gets kicked in the nuts and ends up winning. I think since I've been keeping notes, he's the very first person to take a low blow and end up winning a fight. All right, this is a banger, a real banger. And when I was watching this fight, I guess I was missing something. I was watching the Tanner Boser versus Aleksa Camur fight, and I could swear Camur was landing some really good shots in this first round. I thought he was ahead. He wasn't, though. So my eyes did lie to me. Camur punched his way into the clinch against the cage. Boser was landing low kicks, and Camur landing a stiff jab. Camur landing some nice knees in the clinch. Camur's the one pressuring and doing a decent job controlling range, is what I thought. I thought he was doing a really good job. And then Boser was landing a good amount of low kicks with some more variety, and Boser should take that. I thought Boser still won that round, but there was a point there where I thought Camur was doing really well, so I had a 10-9 Boser. Second round here, nice left hand from Boser, following up with a couple tap-in shots to measure, and then landing really hard after that. Boser was pressing him to the cage, landing knees and short hooks and elbows, and Boser is just nonstop. He just will not stop moving forward. So first round was 33-23 in favor of Boser for significant strikes. Second round was a bigger gap, 46-19 in favor of Boser. And this third round was pretty back and forth, and Camur started to come on. Camur was landing some hard low kicks and hooks up top. Boser was trying to press him to the cage. Camur was doing a better job in this round, and then Boser started sitting down on his punches, landing some hard knees, and Camur would not quit, but he was taking a lot of damage in here. And I said you could give this last round to Camur, but Boser did enough with those huge shots, in my opinion, and he outlanded him too, 41-26. He mixed it up really well. It landed to the legs. He just threw a ton out there. He attempted 74 strikes, 71, 70, and 74 strikes in every round, in one round, 1, 2, and 3, respectively. And that's what really got him that win. So I think he did find it. He's found his weight class here at light heavyweight. I think he looks really good. He's got the athleticism and the size to be a challenge for people. That's enough at light heavyweight, to be honest. It's enough. And you don't have quite the same consequences as some of these bigger dudes at heavyweight. All right, Ignacio Bahamondes versus Ludovit Klein. Another fun one. This was a good technical fight here. Ludovit Klein. Oh yeah, Ludovit Klein is 5'7", and Ignacio Bahamondes is 6'3". What a big difference! That's crazy. They both fight at lightweight. So Klein was landing some nasty low kicks and a right hook. Klein landing a hard. It's they start trading low kicks, but he was landing the hard ones early. Bahamondes trying to land the knee on the shorter fighter, but Klein keeps the guard tight. Klein landing a hard left hand, and Bahamondes goes to his back. He rocked him with a left hand. He gets on. They get back up with 54 seconds left in the round. A hard left elbow from Klein to counter Bahamondes when he entered. Great round for Klein. 20-7 for the significant strikes in favor of Klein. Way more damage. Bahamondes looked kind of lost out there. Definitely his round. Second round here. Klein has to strike his way in, and Bahamondes landing a nice uppercut counter. Great left hand landing from Klein again, and another hard low kick. Big knees from Bahamondes, and then Klein with that hard hook to the body. Klein with the takedown and right back up. Klein on the back body lock. Bahamondes landing the jab well, using it to measure and stop Klein from starting. So when Klein would move forward and get off and start to land, Bahamondes, on the back foot, he just wasn't countering well. So what he would do is he would throw the jab out there to disrupt the timing. It's nothing complicated. You're taught that from the very beginning. It's used to measure. It's used to damage. It's used to interrupt their breathing. It's used to interrupt their timing. It's used to interrupt their forward pressure. The jab has a ton of uses, so it's not like this is some big secret. But he started using it finally really well. And then Klein partially landed a head kick and a nice body hook to head combo. Bahamondes, he did better in this round landing, but Klein with a beautiful double leg with 30 seconds left. Not that it mattered, but I had this round for Klein. If you look at the striking numbers here, Bahamondes outlanded him 29-19, but just visually, I think the strikes that did the big strikes that did the damage came from Klein. So you can see here 21-8 for significant strikes for Bahamondes. To the head. I don't remember that many landing. They might be counting, all those. Like I said, that jab was working, but you got to follow it up with something. You got to follow it up with some more damage, and he just wasn't landing that big right hand or a hard left hook to follow the jab. And Klein had that round for me. And the last round here, Klein landing the lead right hook. Klein backing just out of range and then landing a nice 1-2 to counter. Bahamondes shoots for a single. Klein defended well. Bahamondes kept trying the head kicks from so far out with no setup. Klein ends up getting a takedown at 154 and keeps him down that round. Klein wins this last round for sure. 17-7 for significant strikes. Looking at the scorecards here, all three judges going... Oh, no. Derek Clearly and Anthony Manis gave the second round to Bahamondes. Rightfully so. That's fair. He did outland him there. I just thought that the damage came from Klein. Rick Winter gave all three rounds to Klein. That's not a bad scorecard. You could do that. All right, that was how the main card opened up. Let me know what you guys thought about the card. Did you watch this? Also, if you made it this far, some of these fights, they were pretty good to go watch. The main event's probably not worth 25 minutes of your time. Okay, unless, like I said, unless I always say, unless you're a hardcore fan, you really want to keep up with all the happenings inside the top 10 of each division, then it is important. But if you're just looking for entertainment value, there's not a ton of it, so you could probably skip that one. Some of the other stuff, it ended quick. There was some good striking. So this card, I would throw this card on in the background, and listen to what's going on, listen to the commentary. It's worth it for me. Let me know what you guys thought, because there was a lot of MMA this weekend. I could see, we had the PFL playoffs started. We had one championship, had a really good card, and then obviously we had the boxing match going on at the same time as this card. Although the UFC card ended before the boxing match main event started. So let me know what you guys thought. Subscribe to the channel so you guys don't miss the next videos, so you know when they're coming out. I appreciate y'all. Have an amazing week. Love you.